Hector Camacho was born on May 24th in 1962 in Bayamon, Puerto Rico. At the age of 3, his family moved to Spanish Harlem in New York City. At the age of 15, he began to box, and Macho Camacho was born. Camacho was known for his many costumes, such as this one as a Roman soldier, as an American Indian, as a fireman, as an Aztec warrior, or this one as the master showman that he really was. But do not mistake his flashiness for incompetence, because Hector Camacho was one of the finest boxers who ever laced up a pair of boxing gloves. Hector Camacho was truly one of the best boxers that ever lived. That is why he may be gone, but he will never be ever forgotten. Rest in peace. Santos Saul Alvarez Barragan, also known as Canelo Alvarez, was born on July 18, 1990 in Guadalajara, Mexico. Canelo began boxing as an amateur at age 13, and he had turned professional by the age of 15. From the beginning, Alvarez showed tremendous ability. He displayed power, precision, ring intelligence, and most of all, work ethic. Canelo won 42 consecutive fights before losing his first professional bout. Then he won 15 consecutive fights after that. He has defeated such notables as Miguel Cotto, Gennady Golovkin, Daniel Jacobs, Amir Khan, Caleb Plant, and Shane Mosley. From light middleweight to light heavyweight, Alvarez has won multiple world championships in 4 weight classes. Alvarez has established himself as one of the best fighters to grace the boxing industry. Today's boxing fans have been lucky to have been born at a time when Canelo is king of the ring. Casey Jones was born on May 25th in 1932. His basketball journey began with Bill Russell at the University of San Francisco. Casey was also on the 1956 Olympic squad with Russell. And later he would join Bill Russell on the Boston Celtics, and that's when the championships began. Jones was mild-mannered and loved by his teammates off the court. On the court, he was a whirling dervish and he feared no one. He was determined, forceful, and physical with his opponents. Casey Jones won 10 NBA championships as a player, and 3 more as a coach with Mikhail, Bird, and Parrish. Casey Jones died on Christmas Day in 2020, gone but never forgotten. Larry Siegfried was born on May 22, 1939. Siegfried was part of a national championship team at Ohio State in 1960. As a Celtic, he was known as a great shooter who was fearless on defense and didn't mind guarding the opposing team's best player. He was equally as fearless when he drove to the hoop against the tall timber. Siegfried was a key member of 5 Celtic NBA championships. He was unselfish, and Siegfried meshed well with all of his teammates. Larry Siegfried passed away on October 14, 2010. He may be gone, but never forgotten. Seven-time Super Bowl champion Tom Brady was born Thomas Edward Patrick Brady Jr. on September 3, 1977. Brady was a standout at San Mateo High and received a scholarship to attend the University of Michigan. As a freshman, Brady was the Wolverines' 4th-string quarterback. But by his junior year, he had battled to become the first-string quarterback and won the 1999 Citrus Bowl. In his senior year, he led Michigan to a spectacular upset overtime victory over 5th-ranked Alabama. In the 2000 Orange Bowl, it was a premonition of things to come. Brady was drafted in the 6th round by the New England Patriots. He was their 4th-string quarterback and did not play a game in his first year. But in the following year, on September 23, 2001, Drew Bledsoe, the Patriots' franchise quarterback, was injured in the 2nd game of the season, and Brady was inserted to replace him. Brady took the underdog Patriots to the 2002 Super Bowl. They defeated the heavily favored St. Louis Rams, and the legend of Tom Brady began. 2 years later, Brady led the Patriots to the 2004 Super Bowl, where they defeated the Carolina Panthers. The following year, in the 2005 Super Bowl, Tom Brady and the New England Patriots defeated the Philadelphia Eagles for the championship. 3 years later, in the 2008 Super Bowl, despite an undefeated regular season, Brady and the Patriots lost to the New York Giants on a David Tyree helmet catch. 4 years later, in 2012, Brady and the Patriots were back in the Super Bowl, but again they lost to the New York Giants. 3 years later, in the 2015 Super Bowl, Tom Brady and the Patriots faced the Seattle Seahawks. Thanks to a goal line interception by Malcolm Butler, Brady won his 4th championship. In the 2018 Super Bowl, Tom Brady and the Patriots faced the Atlanta Falcons. And though they were down 28-3 in the third quarter, Brady, in spectacular fashion, led the Patriots to a 34-28 victory in overtime. And just 1 year later, 2019, Brady and the New England Patriots win the Super Bowl yet again, where they defeated the Los Angeles Rams for Brady's 6th championship. 2 years later, Tom Brady was forced to leave New England when head coach and general manager Bill Belichick would not offer him a contract. Instead of being bitter, Tom Brady signed with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and took them to the 2021 Super Bowl. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers defeated the heavily favored Kansas City Chiefs for Brady's 7th Super Bowl win. Tom Brady retired from the NFL in 2023, leaving behind a legacy of overcoming the odds and winning time after time after time. From a 4th-string quarterback to a backup to the winningest quarterback in NFL history, Thomas Brady never gave up and never surrendered. He is the blueprint for showing that hard work and perseverance leads to repeated success. Happy birthday, Thomas Edward Patrick Brady. Kobe Bean Bryant was born to Joseph and Pamela Bryant on August 23, 1978 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. His name was derived from combining a brand of Japanese steak, Kobe, with his father's nickname, Jelly Bean. At age 6, Kobe's family moved to Italy. It was in Italy where Bryant began to distinguish himself with an all-consuming work ethic. Kobe started his 9 a.m. practice at 6 a.m., then stayed after the other kids had left. Soon, he was dominating the Italian junior leagues that were filled with boys 2 and 3 years older than him. Kobe Bryant knew what he wanted to do from a young age. Kobe Bryant's father, Joe Bryant, was a professional basketball player, and Kobe wanted to be just like him, only better. Upon returning to the United States at age 13, Bryant began to blaze a trail across the consciousness of the American high school basketball scene. In his junior year at Lower Merton High, he averaged 31 points per game. In his senior year, not only did he average 31 points per game, but his high school team won 30 consecutive games in a row and the state championship. Kobe Bryant won the Naismith High School Player of the Year, the Gatorade Player of the Year, and was the consensus best high school player in America. Colleges lined up to offer him scholarships. Bryant had his pick of where he could go. But Kobe had known what he wanted to do from a young age. He wanted to play with and against the best basketball players in the world. He wanted to play in the NBA. Kobe Bryant declared himself eligible for the 1996 NBA draft. He was drafted by the Charlotte Hornets with the 13th pick, then traded to Los Angeles for Vlade Divac. Kobe Bryant was now a Los Angeles Laker. Bryant joined an already dominant team in the Lakers, led by Shaquille O'Neal, Eddie Jones, and Nick Van Exel. Kobe had trouble adjusting to the NBA. He shot the ball too much, and he wasn't used to passing. For the first time, Kobe was not the best player on the team. During his first 2 years in the league, he was undersized and overwhelmed by the speed of the game. By his 4th year in the league, Bryant had begun to find his stride. His intense work ethic had brought him on par with the elite of the NBA guards. With Shaquille O'Neal and Kobe Bryant leading the way, the Lakers dominated the Western Conference and won their first of the 3 consecutive championships in the year 2000. But that was just the beginning. With Kobe and Shaq powering the way, the Lakers went to 4 consecutive NBA Finals, winning 3 of them. After Shaquille O'Neal was traded to Miami in 2004, Bryant and the Lakers floundered. Bryant changed his jersey number from 8 to 24, then assumed a Black Mamba alter ego, but he found out he couldn't win it all by himself. Kobe and the Lakers returned to the NBA Finals in 2008, only to lose to their hated rival, the Boston Celtics, led by Paul Pierce. Undaunted, Kobe Bryant and the Lakers returned to the NBA Finals in 2009 and in 2010, winning both of those, and the second one in 2010 came against the Boston Celtics. After 20 years in the league and a myriad of injuries and setbacks, Kobe Bryant retired from the NBA in 2016. He had won 5 NBA championships. He had been voted as the league's most valuable player 4 times. He had established himself as one of the NBA's greatest players. He had accomplished everything he had set out to do, but now Bryant wanted something else. He retired to become a fully invested husband and father, something that had eluded him for 20 years. On January 26, 2020, a helicopter with Kobe Bryant, his 13-year-old daughter Gianna, and 6 family friends departed John Wayne Airport. They were en route to a basketball game for Gianna. At 9:45, the helicopter crashed into a mountainside, 30 miles outside of Los Angeles. Tragically, there were no survivors. Kobe Bean Bryant, gone, but he would never, ever, ever be forgotten. Pistol Pete Maravich, born on June 27, 1947 in Aliquippa, Pennsylvania, was a child prodigy and an unequaled basketball savant. As a child, Maravich spent hours practicing ball control, trick passes, and head fakes. By his early teens, he could dribble, pass, or shoot with either hand. Maravich holds the record for the highest career scoring average in NCAA Division I basketball. He averaged 44 points per game at LSU, and there was no three-point line at the time. Maravich was a 5-time NBA All-Star and led the league in scoring during the 1976-77 season. Tragically, Maravich prematurely passed away at the age of 40 from a heart attack. Gone, but never ever forgotten, Pete Maravich's impact on the game of basketball continues to be remembered and celebrated by fans and players alike. James J. Braddock was born on June 7th in 1905 in Manhattan's Hell Kitchen neighborhood of New York City. He is best known for a movie that was made about him, The Cinderella Man. After a promising start, Braddock fractured both hands and went 8-16 from 1929 to 1933. He was no longer considered an up-and-comer but a down-and-outer. Braddock was now placed into matches to lose. It was Braddock's family and strong Catholic faith that kept him going when times got tough. In 1933, Braddock started winning and kept winning all the way to the top when he got to Max Baer and defeated him for the heavyweight championship of the world in 1935. Like Cinderella, James J. Braddock went from being counted out to being the one large and in charge. James J. Braddock died on November 29th in 1974. Gone, but never ever forgotten. Jake LaMotta, nicknamed the Raging Bull, was born on July 10, 1922. Jake was managed by his brother Joey. The two battled to stay clear of the mob, and in the process, Jake was denied several title shots. Finally, in June of 1949, 8 years after turning pro, LaMotta got his shot at the crown and defeated Marcel Cerdan to become the middleweight champion of the world. Jake LaMotta had 6 fights with the legendary Sugar Ray Robinson and was the first person to have defeated him. In their last fight, LaMotta would lose the middleweight title to Sugar Ray in a thrilling bout labeled the St. Valentine's Massacre. In the movie Raging Bull, Robert De Niro recaptured LaMotta's life. The movie made LaMotta more famous than he ever was as a fighter and was nominated for 8 Academy Awards. Jake the Bull LaMotta died on September 19, 2017. Gone, but never ever forgotten. Roberto Hands of Stone Duran was born on June 16, 1951 in Garari, Panama. Turning professional at age 16, Duran established himself as an unstoppable force of nature. He was in perpetual motion and could hurt his opponent with either hand. After winning 31 straight fights, Duran earned himself a title fight with the superb lightweight champion Ken Buchanan. Duran tore through Buchanan with a ferocity that enabled and shocked those who watched. Duran knocked Buchanan down in the first round and finished him in the 13th. Overall, Duran made 12 successful defenses of his title, 11 coming by knockout. Moving up in weight, Duran challenged Sugar Ray Leonard for the welterweight title and beat him decisively in the Brawl in Montreal. Roberto Duran won 7 belts across 4 weight classes. He had 70 knockouts in his 103 wins and is truly one of the greatest boxers who ever lived. Sam Jones, known as Mr. Clutch, was born on June 24, 1933 in Laurinburg, North Carolina. Jones matriculated at North Carolina Central, excelling at the up-tempo game of Hall of Fame coach John McClendon. Jones was selected by the Boston Celtics in 1957 and often paired with K.C. Jones. Using a total team concept, Sam Jones and the Celtics won 8 consecutive NBA championships. Sam Jones shined in big games. In the 7th game of the 1962 East Finals, Jones hit a jump shot over Wilt Chamberlain to win the game. And after the game, Chamberlain hailed Jones as the Celtics' best player. Sam Jones was an essential part of a dynasty that produced 11 championships in 13 seasons. A dynasty that will never be matched and should never be ever forgotten. Gail Eugene Sayers, born on May 30th, 1943, is widely regarded as one of the greatest running backs in NFL history. Sayers attended the University of Kansas. His remarkable skills and exceptional athleticism made him a 2-time All-American. In Sayers' first season with the Chicago Bears, he set an NFL record with 22 touchdowns and was named Rookie of the Year. In his short 6-year professional career, Sayers showcased incredible speed, agility, and elusiveness. Sayers was known for his ability to make quick cuts, change direction effortlessly, and break tackles. Gale Sayers was inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 1977, becoming the youngest player ever to receive this honor at that time. Sayers died September 23, 2020, gone, but will never be forgotten.